Christianity's been around for 2,000 years, and during that time, it's attracted its fair share of idiots. It sounds a long time, doesn't it, 2,000 years, but it's nothing compared with the age of the planet, which is, of course, an astonishing 6,000 years. How can anyone even imagine such a number? Now, of course, not everyone who has a religious faith is a complete idiot, but a lot of stupid people do have faith because they're stupid, for the simple reason that believing is a hell of a lot easier than thinking. It takes time and effort to acquire knowledge, whereas any fool can acquire faith instantly and effortlessly. If it took effort, most people wouldn't bother with it. That's why it's all about lazy stuff, submission, surrender, don't ask questions, let your moral values be handed to you on a plate like a baby. Let ignorance be your crowning virtue, so that every piece of rational truth or common sense that comes your way becomes a test for your faith, and the more you resist, the more virtuous you are. No wonder faith is so popular. But how far does faith have to be stretched before it becomes just pure, unadulterated, dumb stupidity?
Now, I know that most people aren't like me. I know most people are not going to take one subject matter in the Bible and then research it historically, archaeologically, literarily, and just, go all deep down the rabbit hole outside of the book, inside the book, and every place else to understand something. Most people are, like the man said, just lazy. Pastor said, so that's what I'm going to believe. Grandmama said, so that's what I'm going to believe. Instead of going through the process and finding out for yourself. I know a lot of y'all right now on my Facebook are having a good conversation about that movie, The Book of Clarence. But I got to tell you, one of the things I did like as a deconstructionist is his message of knowledge is more powerful than belief. That to know something is more powerful than to believe in something. Because when, as an example he used in a movie, when you have the gladiator who believes he's going to win versus the gladiator who knows he's going to win, who do you think is going to win? The one that knows is more apt to win over the one that believes. This is what the Gnostics' teachings were about, gaining knowledge. But unfortunately, the Gnostics weren't in favor of the Roman Empire, so they lost. They lost because the government rather have you just have faith in something than for you to know something. And because you are too damn lazy to go do the research, too damn lazy to find out for yourself. It's just like I get a lot of comments where people ask me questions and it takes like a 2-second, 2-minute Google search and you can have your answer. But yet you want to ask me. That's just lazy. That's just wanting to be spoon-fed. If you want to know something, go do the research yourself. Because I tell you guys all the time, don't take my word for nothing. You don't know what I researched. You don't know what I read. You don't know me personally. And as I always say, if you don't know the author, then you don't know what you're reading. If you don't know the history of the author, then you don't know what you're reading. Why is the history so important? Because everything that I think, every opinion that I have is based on the accumulation of knowledge and experience and my perspective of that knowledge and experience. So it is still based on who I am. So if you don't know me personally, then you really, really don't know from the perspective to which I'm talking from. This is why it's vital for you to go do the research, for you to come to an understanding, for you to put it in practice and develop wisdom. It's called the trivium, but it's important for you to do the critical thinking for yourself. I am merely here to initiate the thought, to get you going, to get you started. That's it. That's all. I am not here to spoon feed you. And for those who always got something to say against me, but yet provide no viable information, like, oh, I'm just going to put up a scripture. Oh, I'm just going to say that you'll find out in the end, or when you face God, you'll find out then. Prove it. Prove it. Prove your God. Prove this afterlife. Prove this seat of judgment. Prove this pearly gates moments when there's the book of life going to be open and they're going to see whose name's in it and everybody's going to be judged. Prove it. Because what I can prove to you is that the Zoroastrians already believed something like that long before Christians or Israelites. The Kemetics already believed in that. They already talked about it. That the Sumerians, the Assyrians, the Akkadians, that all these other people already had that whole judgment thing going before an Israelite was ever mentioned in history. So prove it. That's all I'm asking. Just prove it. But always remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration. Go prove it.